What's up, Boingvert fans and members of the program? How's it going? So today I want to talk about one thing that you can do that might be an added benefit to your vertical jump training and your training in general, and in fact your life in general. And it's about saunas. To use a fancy technical term, it's called hyperthermic conditioning. It just means exposing your body to heat. There have been multiple studies and more come out. You know, I follow a lot of physical trainers, peak performance trainers online, on Twitter. I'm always reading what they say because we're always looking for that edge to put into Boingvert mentally and physically, whatever we can do to help you guys achieve your goals. And I keep noticing more and more performance trainers talking about the power of saunas and just exposing yourself to heat and all the good that it can do. And this doesn't seem like one of those fads. You know, a lot of things come out, so I don't post things right away, right when a study comes out. We wait to see if it has some teeth to it and it's gonna stick around. Saunas seem to be the real deal. For instance, one study shows that saunas may prompt HGH growth, hormone growth, human growth hormone. It may release it into your body. Now, of course, we always hear about athletes who are getting in trouble for doing stupid and dangerous things like injecting HGH. That's dumb and they should be punished for it, okay? We don't know, you know, everything it does to you. We do know it can do a lot of bad things, but if you can raise it naturally, that's a good thing. And visiting your local sauna, if you can find access to it, there are a ton of studies, again, coming out. Prominent athletes that are using it. You know, they're building it in their houses. They're millionaires, but a lot of universities are adding saunas for their athletes. And there's a reason for that, because the studies just keep piling up about all the benefits. It's not just good for athletic performance, which I'm going to get to a little bit more deeply, but it helps your heart function better as you get older. It helps your brain function better as you get older. And of course, having a healthy functioning heart and brain is good for everything in your life, including your vertical jump training. The stronger your heart is, the harder you can go in a workout. It's been found that when you couple exercise, like a program such as Boingvert, with saunas, using it 2 to 3 times a week for 20-30 minutes a session, that it releases HGH. And when you release HGH, it leads to muscle growth. And that's what you're really doing in a vertical jump training program, or at least one of the things you're doing. You're breaking down the muscles and you're rebuilding them. So if you can rebuild the muscles stronger, then you're going to increase your vertical jump. And remember, as you start to maximize your potential, you want to eke out every bit of potential you can out of your legs. So if you find something that's so easy, you literally just sit there, you know, you just sit there in the heat and it can help you jump higher, it's something you should do. Second, saunas have shown to help with injury prevention and injury recovery. So if you have little nagging things throughout the workout, or you know, you play basketball and you have maybe a rolled ankle occasionally or something, a pulled muscle, saunas is definitely shown to help reduce the inflammation that occurs in an injury and prevent muscle atrophy, which is the shrinking of a muscle from disuse or lack of use. So if you have any nagging injuries, a sauna is going to help there. So when you go to work out the next day or in the following week, you're going to feel more refreshed and more invigorated. There's also something called heat shock proteins, and these are proteins that are released in heat. And what they do is they go and fix damaged proteins. They do a lot of other things, but current researchers think this is why going into a sauna actually helps, you know, with recovery. It releases these heat shock proteins and they go fix damaged proteins, which happen every time you lift weights or do any sort of workout. Number 3, saunas help with flexibility. Flexibility is very important to vertical jumping. That goes without saying. Most guys who can jump really high are very flexible, and of course the heat helps with flexibility. And lastly, aside from muscle growth, healing injuries, preventing injuries, and flexibilities, sauna may improve your endurance. And that goes back to the fact that it's good for your heart and your brain. Endurance isn't simply important if you're a basketball player. It's important while you're doing a program like Boingvert, so you can maintain your intensity throughout the program, throughout a single workout. The ability to give 100% throughout the workout is going to help you jump higher, because if you're doing your last rep with more energy than you typically would because you've been going to a sauna, you're going to get more out of that muscle over the long term. There's several theories as to why saunas increase endurance, and one of the most prominent ones is that your body gets acclimated to heat. It can tolerate heat better. So as you start working out, your body starts to, overheat and sweat. You're used to it. Your body's used to the heat, so you can push through it. Your body's ready for that sort of environment and can handle anything you throw at it. In fact, one study showed that athletes going to the sauna twice a week, these were long distance runners, they went twice a week for 30 minutes. They increased their exhaustion point, which means the point at which they would typically fail, they were able to go further by 30% just by going to the sauna twice a week for 30 minutes. Now just imagine if you're doing a workout for an hour long and you could increase that by 30%, go just as hard an extra 30% of the time. So as always, check with your doctor before doing any of this. We are not doctors, go talk to one. But if your doctor clears you, a sauna may be a great way to add even a few more inches to your vertical. And all you gotta do is sit there in the sauna. You just sit there and chill out. You might even be able to bring an MP3 player in and listen to something cool while you're sitting there. Listen to music, listen to an audiobook, listen to a podcast, whatever you wanna do. You're gonna increase your muscle growth, you're gonna prevent injury, you're going to increase your flexibility, you're going to increase your endurance just by sitting in a hot room. It's awesome, and I hope you'll give it a try if you can find one around you. I know, for me, it was hard to find, but maybe you guys can. It's worth the search. Thanks so much for listening. This is Boingvert.com. We create dunkers.